Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and this is our prize picks video for Sunday, March 3rd. For the NBA slate, we've got 8 games. We've got some matchups we're excited to get into, and we've got 6 plays for you because we don't have a daily show, so we got you another 6-pick slip. Obviously, just take the ones you like and fade the ones you don't like. We're coming off a heartbreaking slate. It was a bummer of a day. The picks we took in the video didn't do so well. The picks we took outside of the video didn't do so well. It was just kind of a down day, but you're going to have days like this from time to time. It was kind of a weird slate, some weird situations going on. But we're not making excuses. We didn't have it for this slate, but we're ready to bounce back, and we've got a good NBA slate on Sunday to get us back in the green here. Before we get into these plays, though, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. They're just going to double what you put on. So if you deposit the whole 100, you'll get 200 to play with. Just make sure you put that code in, they'll hook you up with that deal. All right, so these are the plays we're going to be covering for the Sunday slate. I'm going to be taking Isaiah Stewart over 7.5 rebounds and assists. Emmanuel Quickly, I'm taking for over 6.5 assists, and then Derek White over 8.5 rebounds and assists. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm taking Jaylen Brown for over his first half PRA at 17. I'm taking Paul George for over 2.5 3-pointers made, and I'm taking Kawhi Leonard for over 3.5 assists. Hopefully that correlates with each other.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, so we're going to go over our recap and talk about the heartbreak for a minute.
Yeah.
But I need you all to just stay with us, keep the vibes right, because we're going to bounce back here. I took Nikola Jokic over 22.5 rebounds and assists. I felt really good about this play. I went back and forth with it. I never felt uncomfortable with it, but I felt like pretty confident enough to take it as a play on the video. And then I was kind of like, that is kind of high. And then I went and looked at what Jusuf Nurkic did against the Lakers in his last game. And he went for like 26 rebounds and assists. So I'm like, well, Jokic, this is going to be great. And in the matchup, everything looked good on paper, just green everywhere on Outlier. And no, he didn't end up getting it done. He ended up having a good game, though. He scored quite a bit. It was a fun game. It was a nice battle. But yeah, he didn't get it done. He only got 17. And then Kevin Durant took him for 11.5 rebounds and assists, and he 0.5'd us. He just got to 11. And then Jimmy Butler, he's turning back into Jimmy Buckets again. It's that time of year. He did not get the 5.5 rebounds we needed for this line. He just got 3. And for those of you that took his dunk prop,
We're sad.
My gosh. Yeah, man, I took it so much. I felt so good about it. I shared, those of you who subscribe to our channel may have saw that I used that with the LeBron first half play, and I was just waiting for that dunk all game. And he was near 40 points tonight, and he had so many open opportunities. He had this fast break that I was like, okay, finally, here we go. And, they dished out ahead, and he goes up and he tries to draw a foul and ends up missing a layup instead of just dunking it. So anyways, guys, he didn't get the dunk done. That wasn't on this play, but that kind of hurts more.
Yeah, it burns the soul.
It does. And yeah, bummer. But anyways, yeah, so gosh, I went 0-3. That was a rough one, but we're going to bounce back, guys, I promise. All right, Jordy, let's talk about your day. It's a little bit better than mine.
I feel like doing the old Skip Bayless sigh and paper tap on my end right now. I'm like, I'm pretty annoyed. I took John Collins. He was the only one that panned out. I know a lot of people got burned by his rebounds. I did too. I'm sorry. If you just took that, we take all kinds of plays, but I took this in a bunch of plays too, and this was a good one. I took his first half PRA for over 13. He went for 17. I didn't think he was going to come back in that second quarter, and thank God he did. And he finished the half off pretty well. So he got that done. And then the play that burned the entire Prize Picks community, I guarantee you, because I looked at it right before the game started. Jabari Smith Jr. over 9.5 rebounds. This play was at 135,000 takes in the popular section. So I'm sorry to all 135,000 of you people who took this. I know none of you are.
It's all your fault.
Yeah, it's probably. But I know not everyone's watching the video that took this play. I wish they were, but
Yeah, that would be great. Bad, but
share with your friends, boys.
Yeah.
But he went for 5, so he had an awful night. He was just out there doing cardio. He didn't score much. He didn't rebound much. He didn't assist much. Bad game for old Jabari. I was calling him Jafardi all night, but we also took Anthony Davis for over 24.5 points. I felt good about this one. In the Discord, I also put his first quarter points in there. He cashed that, so I was like, all right, cool. We're off to a good start. He's got 9 points in the first quarter. You know, it's a pretty solid performance already. And then he just slowed way down. You know, they adjusted well, and he didn't get this done. He had 17, so rough night all around. And everyone in the Discord was everyone made a whole bunch of slips. I tailed a bunch of slips in the Discord, and none of us were hitting tonight, so it was a rough one. You know, nights like this are a humbling experience, and you just got to get back on the horse and keep going. You know, it is what it is. It's the nature of the game. We can't play for these guys. We can only do the research that we can, and that's it.
Yeah, it is a good opportunity though to re-examine your approach.
Right.
You know,
Right.
You don't want to overthink it and just like, we never ban players personally, Jordy and I.
Yeah.
Like, we'll fade players for a little bit and just be like, I need to see it before it. But I don't believe in ban lists or anything like that. Like, but
Our
it is a
Discord
good
does.
opportunity. What was that?
That's what our Discord does. Those guys
Yeah, if you
nerds.
don't cash in the first 5 minutes of the game, you're on the ban list in Discord,
Yeah.
man. Like, those guys lose it immediately. But yeah, it's just, you know, it was tricky. Like, I don't think I would undo these plays if I were to take a look at it again. It's just like the Butler 0.5 dunk. Like, I'm not gonna not take that, you know, next time. It just happens. But it is good to just take a minute, take a step back, re-examine like how your approach is. Like, what should you have seen coming, you know? And so we had a good opportunity to do that today, and we like what we're working with here. So let's get into these plays. All right, so I'm just going to quickly tell you guys, go check out Chalkboard. You guys watch the show enough, you know, but I'm telling you, it's getting really good. It's another platform we work with. We've partnered up with them, and we love the platform. They have plays for $1. The main thing about Chalkboard is that you can adjust your own lines, and if you boost your line up, you get a higher payout. If you lower it, you get a lower payout, but you have all the control. And they added the shield play, so you don't even have to hit all the picks on your slip. And they'll match your first deposit up to $100 if you just use code BACKDOOR. There's a link in the description of the video. Definitely go get on that. If you're on iOS, you can play now. If you're on Android, March 18th, it's coming, and they have a desktop version coming right after that. So sit tight if you don't use iOS, but I'm telling you guys, you got to check it out. It's such a great platform. I think it's my favorite right now. I really do. But all right, so Isaiah Stewart, glad to have him back. Dude's been balling ever since he returned. He had one game where he was like a little iffy getting back into the swing of things, and then he's just been really turning it up lately. This is a tough matchup though, so keep that in mind. As always, if you don't like any of these plays, just fade them. You know, like, we're just one channel you probably watch. Like, you should just check out the channels and then pick out your favorites. And if nothing else, it's just good to hear a breakdown of why we like a play, and then decide whether or not you want to take it. All right, so we got a 219.5 over under with the Magic favored by 10.5. So this could get ugly. Keep that in mind. Hopefully he can still get this done. I'm not particularly concerned because this line is just set way too low, in my opinion. 7.5 is just so low. His last two games against Chicago and against Cleveland, he went for 9 rebounds back to back. In his last game against Cleveland, he put up 9 rebounds and 3 assists, and that was in 33 minutes. So he's gone over 8 out of his last 10. And the matchup is a little bit difficult, but it could be worse. They're 13th in rebounds allowed and 6th in assists allowed, specifically to centers. But yeah, I feel great about this play. I'm going to be taking it in multiple slips. He's averaging 31 minutes per game, just 1.8 fouls, so he's not getting in foul trouble. And yeah, the dude is a board machine. So I'm feeling great about this play. If we hop over to Daily Grind, I believe they've got this favor to go under. They do. So they have it at just about a 53% odds to hit the under. So full transparency, they don't think it's going to hit, but I'm taking it. I like it. He just went for 9 rebounds back to back, and we've got the cushion of assists too. So I'm going to be taking this. I think that these are just set a little bit low because he's coming back, and I think that they're maybe concerned about minutes restrictions and whatnot. But go with your gut. But yeah, they have it at a minus 136 to go under. It looks like across the board, everyone's favoring it to go under. But I did check. I didn't see anything concerning as far as injury situation. Yeah, there's not really anything to be too concerned about other than that matchup. I know that it's a tough matchup. Orlando's great on defense, but he's gone over 8 out of his last 10, and he's on back-to-back games with 9 rebounds alone, and we got the assists in there. So I like this play. I'm going to be taking it. If we jump to the next play, we got Emmanuel Quickly. He's in another great situation as far as assists go, because he should be seeing a bump in opportunities. We got a 225.5 over under with the Raptors favored by 8. And he's got a really killer matchup here. The Hornets are 27th in assists allowed overall, and specifically to point guards, they are 18th. So juicy matchup. He's coming off back-to-back games with 9 and 11 assists. So 6.5 is really easy for him to hit, in my opinion. And he's done that just with like his normal minutes, 35.7 minutes per game, which is great. He's heavily utilized. He's only getting 2.2 fouls per game. And we've got Scotty Barnes still out. So hopefully Scotty can return soon, but he's ruled out for this game with that hand fracture that he dealt with in the game against Golden State, which is unfortunate because he was balling. But Scotty's been averaging like double-digit assists, double-digit rebounds. He's been knocking on the door that night in, night out, and he's out. So there's a lot of vacated rebounds, vacated assists. And so I'm feeling good. I wanted the rebounds and assists, but they don't have that on Prize Picks last I checked. But go with your gut. If this becomes available and you'd rather take a different prop of his, go for it. But he did just get 9 assists and 11 assists. So I think that with Scotty out, he's going to be able to still get us at least 7 assists in this game. If we hop over to Daily Grind, they also have this favor to go under, 52.75% odds to hit the under at a minus 131. And then we've got a little bit of mixed emotions. Some are 50-50 across the board, and others are heavily juicing it to go under. So yeah, I know that it doesn't look good on here, but I'm taking this because I've been watching what he's been doing, and I know Scotty's out. So, all right, last play for me is going to be Derek White, 8.5 rebounds and assists. Boston has been playing such good ball. Jordy and I were just talking about that. Like they look different than everyone else in the NBA right now. This is a pretty crazy, should be a pretty crazy game here. 231.5 over under, Boston favored by 11. I could see it. I know we have, I think Curry is a game time decision. So if you're concerned about this turning into a blowout, go with your gut, if you're uncomfortable with this play. Let's see, that says rebounds. So rebounds and assists. Out of his last 5 games, he's gone over this 4 out of 5 times. Let's take a look at 10 games. So yeah, only 5 out of his last 10, but you can see the trend. He's leveled out here over his last 5, and he's been trending up. He's got a difficult matchup, 4th in rebounds allowed, 1st in assists allowed to shooting guards. So keep that in mind. But out of his last 5, he's only missed this once, and it was by 0.5. So one more assist or rebound would have cashed him against Chicago. His minutes are consistent at 31.1 minutes per game, just 1.2 fouls, which is incredible because this dude is such a good defender. And what we always talk about is like these guys who are really good defenders, they tend to be in that 3 fouls per game, 3.2 fouls per game. The fact that he's averaging 1.2 fouls per game, I'm going to keep rolling here, but I'm just curious. His blocks and steals, has he been less active? No, look at that. 5 blocks and steals, 5 blocks and steals, 3. He's doing all that with such precision. So yeah, later on in the day, if you want to take a look at his fantasy score, that might be great too. But it's first look time, so we don't have access to that right now. So I'm liking his rebounds and assists. If we hop over to Daily Grind, actually that's Cade. Okay, so they got the rebounds juice to go over. They got the assisted juice to go over. and they got the rebounds and assists together, juiced to go under. But it's really just a 50-50 shot. They've got a minus 124 on his assists, a minus 132 on his rebounds. So either of those that you prefer to take, go for it. But I like the rebounds and assists in this particular game because he's been going nuts with the rebound, the assists as well lately. So I'd like to have a little bit of both, but DG has it at a 50.47% odds to hit the under. So it's like a 50-50 shot, just a minus 119. And then we've got some odds makers are favoring it to go over. Some are favoring it to go under. So just, go with your gut on this one. But yeah, that wraps up my three. I'm going to pass it over to Jordy now.
Yeah, man. So before I get into my plays here, got the League of Legends game up. Busted. I was watching the game. So before I get into my plays here, I'm going to talk quickly about Daily Grind. They're one of our sponsors. They've been supporting the channel since we were at like 2,000 subscribers. So they mean a lot to us in our partnership with them. So not only that, but we love their tools. The DFS optimizer is something we use every single day, and it's just really good to find plays in a hurry, even for like League of Legends, for instance, or anything. We've been doing the League of Legends at night. I've been having a blast with it, staying up way too late watching those games. But the DFS optimizer helps find plays even on that and CS2 and you name it, you can find it on there. The correlation tool works with esports as well. So definitely go check them out. The link is in the description below, and you can get 25% off on all their tools if you use code backdoor at checkout. So definitely go check them out. But yeah, let's get into my plays here. So I've got this first half PRA for Jaylen Brown. I feel good about this one. He's gone over it in 4 straight games here. He's done this 7 out of his last 10. And in the head-to-head, he's hit this twice and just missed it once. This was just clearly a terrible shooting night for him in this one. He missed innings. He only had 6 PRA. He only had 3 points in 16 minutes in the first half. That's not very typical for him. We all know what Jaylen Brown's capable of. A little bit of a tough matchup, but with all these injuries, no Andrew Wiggins. He's a great defender, so he's not gonna have to worry about him guarding him all night. So I don't even know who they would. I guess maybe Draymond. I don't know who they would have on him. Maybe Kuminga, but I'm not really worried about it. Jaylen Brown, he's been playing a different level of ball lately. As you can see, he's averaging almost 20 points in the first half, like every game here. So it's been pretty nuts. He's been playing really good ball, so I'm trying to stay in the flames with him on this one. Obviously, big over under, like Russo was talking about. If Curry doesn't play, I could see this game getting out of hand pretty quick, but that'll just, further elevate him into this crazy first half run, hopefully. No daily grind on this play because it's a first half prop. I feel pretty good about it. Prize Picks odds always minus 119, so 50-50 shot for them. But yeah, I feel pretty good about this play, so I'm definitely going to be playing that. And then to get into my other plays here, I've got Paul George for over 2.5 threes. This is just a line that I'm waiting. I'm trying to catch it right before it blows up again because he's just coming back from the injury and he's going to start nuking these threes again. You can look over the course of the season. He's done this 11 out of 20 games. Recently, he's been a little streaky with it, but he's going to get back into the groove here. And you can see he was on a stretch over the season where he went nuts with these. I mean, it was set at... There was times where it was set at 4.5 because he was on a stretch where he was hitting 5 every game, 6 and 7. He did this 34 out of 53 games in 2023 before the new year, so I'm not worried about him doing this at all. I think he can get it done as long as he has a good shooting night. He had every opportunity against this game in Washington. He just had a bad shooting night. He shot 6 threes and only made 2, but the volume is what we're looking for here. You can see that he's only shooting 32% on 7.5 attempts. Not great, but he's going to get it dialed in. If you look at what he's done on the year, he's shooting 40%. And this was all the way up to he was shooting almost 60% from 3 at one point. So I'm not worried about him. I think he's going to get back in the groove. So I was just waiting for him to hit that. And I'm trying to catch it. So I feel pretty good about it. This on Daily Grind is juiced to go over pretty heavily. 53.18% chance and a minus 131. So I feel good about PG. And then my last play is going to be Kawhi Leonard. If we look at the over-under in this game too, by the way, it's a 219.5 with a 1.5 point favorite to the Clippers. Also, they don't know if Anthony Edwards is going to be back yet because he just had a baby and he is dealing with an ankle injury. But Kyle Anderson is also a game time decision. So yeah, just keep an eye on Anthony Edwards. Not that it's going to matter much, but the game will be a lot closer, I think, if Anthony Edwards plays. So my last play here is this Kawhi Leonard play. 3.5 assists. He's been doing this quite a bit. He's hit it 3 out of his last 5. If we want to look at this further, he's done this 13 out of his last 20 games. He's getting a lot of double team looks. They have a lot of guys pulling off and double teaming him. They don't want him going because he's been torching. You know, when he gets hot, he's pretty unstoppable in the mid-range. We all know Kawhi Leonard. And he's hit this 2 out of 4 in the head-to-head. He missed it this month, but he had an off game. I think I took it in that game, and it burned me, but I feel good because he's been heating back up in this category. And with all the double team looks he's been getting from almost every single team, there's not a Clippers game that I've missed this year. I've been enjoying watching these guys this year. And over the last like 10 or 12 games, he's been getting a lot of double team looks. So he's having to kick the ball out more. And, you know, when you're surrounded by as many good players as he is, assists are going to happen when you have to do that. So this play is just barely juiced to go under. I don't even care. It's a 50.03% chance. So it's literally a 50-50 shot. I feel great about it. So those are the 3 I'm going to be taking for this video.
Cool. Yeah, guys, and since it's so late at night, the board isn't fully populated yet, but dunk props will be on the board if you end up watching this, you know, later on, if you catch this the day of. So just want to let you guys know a couple dunk props that we'll be looking at tomorrow if they are available. And we're not telling you to take these. We're just telling you these are the ones we get excited about if they're on the board. One that is kind of like a little bit of a 50-50 shot, but it cashed for us last time is Paolo Banchero. Last time we got it at 0.5 dunks. So keep an eye out if you're watching this and the dunk tab is available. We also sort of a go-to play of ours is Pascal Siakam. They put his 0.5 dunk on there and we always take the under. So Paolo, we take the over every now and again when we like the matchup. It might be a tough matchup against Detroit though, so keep that in mind. But Pascal Siakam, we usually always take his dunk for under because he doesn't dunk the ball very often. You know, if we end up seeing a Wembanyama dunk prop at like 1.5, we like it. It's just automatic for us. 2, I'm probably just going to maybe fade that one if it's up at 2. And then I'm trying to think anybody else. Oh yeah, Jared Allen. Jared Allen, if he's on the board at 1.5, I'm taking that all day. Like he's just earned that spot for me where I'm definitely taking that. So just a couple things to look at. I don't really.
Wemby blocks is another good one, I guess.
Yeah, Wemby blocks if that ends up going up, blocks and steals. So just throwing you guys a couple extra things to take a look at. Not saying like go play these. We're just saying like, you know, if you're looking for some value and you're looking to fill out your slip, those are some, if you like taking dunk props, those are a couple that we'll be looking at tomorrow. But that's going to do it for us, guys. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you tomorrow night in the next set of videos. And if you guys are interested in checking out our Discord, make sure you just go through the link in the description of the video. It's about 50 cents a day. We'd love to hang out with you. So if you join, make sure you go to the community chat and let us know that you're new, and we will show you around. And shout out to our boy Rizzo in the Discord for shooting his shot tonight. Good job, buddy. And
staying true to the name.
Yeah, and shout out to Patty B, man. We hope you're doing well. We're praying for you, and I don't know, man. I just hope you have a good weekend. And who else? Oh, Boston Nick. Boston Nick, thanks a lot for the super thanks, bro. We really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. We appreciate you just watching our stuff. It means a lot to us. You don't have to ever toss us any tips when you hit. Like, we just appreciate the support of you just tuning in, man. So hope you're having a good weekend, bro. Thanks again for the super thanks, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up Boston Nick too, because he posted a picture on his X account, and he posted a picture of his old Blockbuster card, and that brought back so much nostalgia for me. Yeah, I was like, dude, the nostalgia. Jealous. Yeah,
and it was in good shape too, man.
Yeah, dude,
like,
he kept good care of that thing.
Clean. Yeah,
man.
Hang on to those, bro.
Yeah,
those are relics at this point. But
all
awesome.
right, yeah.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Have a good Sunday, guys. God bless.